Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in sport. Today we're on Porky's International. I'm joined by Andy, who's not from Aberdeen, although he's been telling me for 2 years, yeah, I'm from Aberdeen. Even my old man said, how's your mate Andy doing from Aberdeen? I said, he's not from Aberdeen. But here we go. Hang on a minute. So, how's my mate Andy?
Not bad, Russ. Not bad, mate.
All right. I'm going for it tonight, kid. I'm going for it tonight.
On a roll. What are you drinking? Oh, nice. 50%.
Yeah. Is it 50%? Yeah, Smirnoff, this strong one, isn't it? 50%. Yeah, how did you know that?
I've got a bottle of that as well.
I'm a proper Scotsman drinking this, aren't they? Because all you sweaties like to drink a lot of heavy shit, don't you?
I got to have it.
Yeah, so,
I'm gonna join you and have one myself.
what did you have with you, Andy? Did you have Pepsi Max or would you have Schweppes tonic water?
I'll have real Coke.
Real Coke. It looks like I better get rid of the Schweppes then. Pepsi. So we've got any Pepsi in the fridge?
Real Coke.
Right.
I've kind of gone away from drinking fizzy juice for a while, but or I have been drinking like Coke Zero or that. I've been trying to cut out sugar, but if I'm having a vodka, I have real Coke.
Is that any good? Is that any good? I shouldn't really be drinking Pepsi Max, but since Kevin's lost his Coca-Cola deal, we're all anti-cola. Get it 18 year, that you know.
Cola Wars.
18-year milking the milk and honey, and now it's all gone. Yeah. Well, what it is, where they pack it and distribute it, they're not. People are not buying it now. Coca-Cola, they're buying the cheap stuff, Asda's own, Tesco's own. People are being a bit more frugal with the money, aren't they? And it has a knock-on effect. They've even got robots in that factory, at Barnsley, doing all the work because they thought, oh, this is easy. Global recession hits, robots are no good here because there ain't enough Coke to pack. To put it into like 4, 6, 8, 12, 24, or how it's packed and that. But.
Yeah.
So they got in touch with him and says, well, can you lower price? In America. And we've gone, no. He's had it 18 years, that. So he's going to have to cut his cloth accordingly. It's tough, isn't it?
Tough times, Tough times.
We've got enough ice in that.
Yeah, I've got my drink. That's an iceberg you've got. Good health to you.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers, kid. I don't normally drink that, but you know what? I woke this morning really early. I've been running it this morning from Four Oaks to Four Oaks to Streatley, and I was shattered this morning. I had Terry on bowl this morning. And I've been knackered, and obviously I trained hard today as well. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of weight training at the moment, but mainly light weights. Those reps. You see a difference?
Toning.
Yeah.
Toning.
Well, I'm down to a 30 waist, kid, which is not hard, is it? 11 stone. But I could do 12 stone because there's a few that I might have to knock about around here, especially in that Brown Hills. It's over in that area, but there's a few that I'm going to have it with down there. When time's right. But 11 stone's no good, is it? I need a stone on, kid, but I'm happy.
I'm going to get back to the gym myself. Well, my young lad's got a gym teacher qualification from. He's left school now, so he's been at me to go back to the gym, and I said, wait till I get this charity hike out the way, and then I'll go back. So I didn't want to risk any stupid injuries before I did that. So, so I'm going to start going back to the gym with him. That's strong stuff, that.
What are you giving me of? Yeah, it's addictive training. I'm one of them kids who aren't me. If I'm taking drugs, I've got to take all of them. I can't go out and buy 20 E's and have, oh, we're going to have 2 tonight, love. We'll save them 18. You know, we've got another 9 nights out with them. No, all lot are going to go. My eyes are going to be like fruit machine reels. If I'm training, I've got to kill myself and train myself to death. If I'm dieting, I have to go to 8 stone 12 from 28 stone 8, which I'm told is a record at the Claremont when I had my operation. I've got the most weight loss, which is a good thing, isn't it? I want to give a big shout out to Gary's scheme that he's got going. You've obviously, he's just given you 50 quid on it towards your charity.
Yeah. I've signed up to his thing as well. I signed up to the boxers.
Yeah, I'd sign up to it, but that bank card I've got doesn't let you do direct debits because I'm banned from every bank. But when I'm going over to have a weekend, it is in October. I'll give him his 12 quid for you. Gary, I'll give you 12 quid for you, but I can have out at him anyway. Because obviously me and his sister were close, weren't we, before she passed away. And listen, he's a fantastic kid. Him,
great guy. Yeah.
What he says he's going to do, he does. He's one of them type of kids. You know, he's been like a big brother to me, honestly. I know we're heartbroken at his mum's funeral a couple of weeks back. We're horrible. It was horrible, but you know what? He got up in that church, and you know, it's horrible out like that, isn't it? You know, he had to stand up for that. But he's a lovely kid, him. You couldn't wish to be a nicer bloke. Like I said, a lot of people that you meet in the boxing industry are full of shit. They pay you lip service, say one thing, and they do another. Look at Frotch and Eddie Hearn. Look at that now. You think Eddie's going to go on his channel? No, he's not going to go on there. But he'll say he will. He'll say he will. Joshua will say he will. They'll just take it piss, aren't they, really? Do you know what I mean? And the best thing about it is Carl Frotch built Matchroom, didn't he, with boxing? Do you know what I mean? We're getting back to Gary. His scheme is www.boxersinneed.com. And he's put his hand in his pocket. He has done for years for Chadderton. I think he won't mind me saying this because a lot of people know. I think they've had about 20 bags at him. He saved it, didn't he? We're going to shut it because he's big on community spirit and stuff like that. And he's been through a lot, you know, Gary. Let me tell you a little bit about that kid. His sister died, Sue. His mum and dad have died. His daughter died, and his wife's very ill. You know what I mean? And his nephew, if you Google this, Thomas Campbell, he got tortured, didn't he, that Manchester kid? They tortured him, didn't they? Cut his dick off, put it in his mouth. Did all sorts of horrible things to him, them guys. He's a top bloke, and he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot, mate. He's been through the mincer, let me tell you, through the mincer. Yeah. You can't, like I said, he's from art, isn't he? So, and people are saying to me, it's a scam, this and that. Gary would be disgusted. So he said, you are. He'd fly him over over to Spain. There's a little village called Algorfa. Let me tell you a little story about Gary. There's a little village over there in Algorfa, and basically he runs it. He runs this area of Spain. And if you've seen him, he's soft as shit, isn't he? He'd do out for you. So he took Peter Fury under his wing and Huey, hasn't he? He's helped them out. He's had them over there. He's been fantastic. He's a top fella. And I can't understand why not as many are signing up for it who should sign up for it. Do you know?
Yeah.
So he's
a real diamond there.
Listen, he's mustard. He's one of your own, mate. Honestly, one of the best blokes I've met in my life. I'm not just talking in boxing. In my life, I took Dennis over there. Within an hour in meeting Dennis tried to nip him for 15 grand. I was embarrassed for a show. I was embarrassed. Within an hour, they sat in the guy's house. Some people just can't help themselves, can they? Dennis is a businessman and he's hard-nosed and all that. And we'll do this for you. We'll give you this tickets, this VIP, blah, blah, blah. Straight away for the jugular, you know? So
it's a bit disrespectful, isn't it?
I don't know about disrespectful. It's just how Dennis is. I'm not saying Dennis is a bad guy. He's a hard-nosed businessman, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like a fox. But anyway, I hope people back Gary's story, Gary's scheme, sorry, that he's got with www.boxersinneed.com. If you can't afford £1 a month, you'll probably know somebody who might be able to afford it, might be interested in, because boxers are in need and not many people are watching out for them, you know?
I've shared it with all my pals that watch boxing.
Yeah, good man.
They sent them, so
good man. So
I'll do what I can to plug it in my own channel as well. I'll probably do a video for him on my own channel, but I was hoping to do that the week, but I've just had so much on this past week, just with doing this hike.
Gary's mate, sorry, not Gary's mate. I hope Gary's mate John's all right, but I hope Gary's brother Billy, he's just been took ill into hospital. His brother. I know, yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, what? Is there something in there in Manchester? I know it pisses it down all the time. Every time I go to Manchester, it's pissing it down. I think, what's going on here? It's always raining. But I hope he's all right, Billy. And I'll be saying a prayer for Billy because I like him. He's one of them Mancunian kids, Crombie on 60-odd euro, full head of hair, Jack the lad. He's all right, Billy. And I hope he's all right. Anyway, Andy, you want to talk to me about your charity, don't you?
Yeah, well, it's Macmillan Cancer Support that on my t-shirt there. That my wife got me into. She got me into this mighty hike, the Rob Roy mighty hike that we did at the weekend. There, it was probably 2 or 3 months ago. I think she said to me, "Do you fancy joining me and doing this?" And I'm like, I thought I'll give that a go. So it was supposed to be a 25-mile hike. So I got out training and up to 15-minute miles. I was doing quite well in the training and that. So I had a few issues earlier on the training, but I got past that. I wasn't fueling myself right. I was coming home from work and going out and doing 8 or 10 miles without eating anything. I was drinking plenty, but afterwards I was feeling awful. But I got on top of that and managed to balance that out. So we did it at the weekend there, but it was over 26 mile actually, the actual distance. But I've never been up and down so many hills in my life. We did 2,700 feet elevation, I think it was in the app. So that's almost a Monroe. And it was coming down as well, coming down steep hills. I was wary of my knees, I wasn't wanting to getting old now, so I wasn't wanting to do my knees in and no managed to finish. So I just kind of paced myself a bit. But there was a 3-mile stretch. It was just crossing bogland there. It was that was brilliant. I was thinking about you at the rally in Kielder. You were
Kielder, 1986 or 87, I think. Yeah, in me boots that were opening up like that. the Capri coat that I had at school when I was 15. Oh, how much further, Griff? So this kid called Darren Griffin. How much further? Oh, just round the corner. That's all we've done for 2 days is walk over fields, sludged to death. It's bad, isn't it?
It was. I mean, we're lucky. The weather was spectacular. The scenery was spectacular.
We done Kielder.
I've done Kielder. Yeah, my young lad and I did that last year. I think I sent you a message from it.
What I want to know, Andy, is when they come flying through that forest at 260 kilometres an hour, right? That's what they do, don't they, them speeds? How do they get them scoreboards that tell you how many mile an hour they're doing right up into them pine trees, about 100
up in the trees?
How do they climb up it? Is it a
must be a cherry picker or something?
Hey,
must be one of the cherry picker things.
Unbelievable.
They use for doing lampposts and that. So we did it anyway, but it was hard going. I'm not gonna lie. It was by the time I got to 23 miles, my left knee had started seizing up. We just kept going, and we got there in the end. So at least we did it. I don't think I'll be rushing to do it again, but I'm glad we did it. It's all for a good cause. So I think the last time I checked, I've raised like £660 as well. My wife's raised. We've raised well over 1,000 between us. So, but the Just Giving page will be open for a while yet. So if anybody wants to donate, it's if they can. I'm not saying folk have to. If people can, they can. It's always well appreciated.
Okay.
But,
okay, right. I want to talk about that Jermaine Jenner situation. What do you think to it?
Boots Ennis. Is it?
Jermaine Jenas, the BBC Match at Day presenter, who was sending them texts.
Oh, right.
What do you think to it?
Well, I haven't heard anything about that. What's been going on there?
Fucking hell, you've just fucking. We should have a little prep, shouldn't we, before we do these? You just took my legs from under the kid. All right.
Sorry, mate.
In other news, water's wet. We know what's talking about that, don't we? Okay. Have you been watching football lately? I want to talk about something other than boxing. Have you been watching football? Liverpool are joining.
I've not been watching it, but I hear Liverpool did well against Man United at the weekend.
3-0, kid. Pop, pop, bang. Poo-poo, slam. 3-0, kid. 2 for Diaz and 1 for Mo Salah. He's no haircut. He's out of crew cut, isn't he? But,
my mate at work's a big Liverpool fan, eh?
I am, yeah.
Aye. George at work, he's a big Liverpool fan. His wife's a Scouser, but he's from Perth.
Is he?
But he loves Liverpool. But there's a lot of Man U fans at my work, so he'd be quite smug today.
Interesting. Man.
I used to support Liverpool when I was at school, when I was more into football. I went away from football when I was 16, but I was a Liverpool fan. That was my English team. And back in them days, Dundee United was my Scottish team. When I went back to watching football occasionally, St Johnstone's our local team. So they've just been brought over by
team, St Johnstone.
Johnstone, yeah. Commonly known as St Johnstone nil.
Yeah. Do you know how far are you from Dumfries?
Dumfries is about a 2-hour drive from here. Yeah.
Is it?
We've been down there at a few rallies in recent times. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching that film overnight, Porridge, and when they escaped out at prison, he had moustache and he goes, and Fletcher, they kidnapped Fletcher and Godber, didn't they, and let him go in that camper with him. And he said, where are we going? He goes, we're going to Dumfries, they'll not think of us there. I always wonder where Dumfries was, so it's north for you then, is it?
No, it's south of me, southwest. Beautiful area, Dumfries, it's nice down there.
Well, where you live's nice, isn't it?
It's nice up here, yeah. Where we were walking at the weekend, that was spectacular. That's a part of Scotland called the Trossachs, down by Callander and down that area. Yeah, it's beautiful down there. That's Rob Roy country.
Yeah.
But Dumfries is a lovely area. There's a place near Dumfries called Kirkcudbright, and that's where a lot of the. Have you ever seen the Wicker Man film? The Wicker Man.
Do you know that film? That Wicker Man is Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward, aye. And what do you call him? The guy who played Dracula. Christopher Lee. He's the Lord.
I'll tell you another area I want to ask you about. Have you seen that film, The Macintosh Man, with Paul Newman?
Don't think I have, no.
Google that, The Macintosh Man with Paul Newman. I've been told that's filmed over your way.
I'll have to look at that. I'll write that down, The Macintosh Man.
The Macintosh Man. Yeah, I've been told that's filmed from over your way.
I've been up last Monday. We were up Glencoe last Monday. We had a day out, just a road trip, the wife and I. And there's a bit up there, Glenetiv. That's where it was. One of the Bond films was up there. Skyfall. James Bond film was filmed up there, yeah.
Oh, Skyfall. Yeah, that's beautiful up there as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, we were up there. So it's a beautiful drive, but it takes you a while. I think we did about a 200-mile round trip, but it's worth it. Worth it for the scenery.
Okay. So, who you got for Premier League? Man City, played 3, points 9, goal difference 7. Liverpool played 3, points 9, goal difference 7, but not conceded. Who you got for league out of them two?
I've got about Liverpool since I used to support them.
Did you?
Yeah, well, in the 1980s.
Do you know who annoys me? You know, like I tell you, people in boxing who annoy me. We know who they are, don't we? But do you know who annoys me in the football industry? Gary Neville. You're a cock. You cock. Fucking cock. I don't like that Gary Neville, mate. If I ever see him in real life, I'll run him over. I don't just mean on here, on telly. If I ever saw him, right? If when I was 21, if I'd have seen him and I was driving about in my Cavalier Commando, I would have just mowed him down. Fucking would. I don't like that Gary Neville. Cunt.
He did an interview with Tyson Fury, didn't he? Was that him? I think it was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's still fucking pulling Tyson's shit stains off his tongue, isn't he? I lose my head sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, do you know what?
Cavalier.
Hey?
Cavalier Commander. I seen one of them recently, a convertible one. Remember them?
Yeah, mine wasn't a convertible. It was just a Cavalier Commando, 4-speed, first gear, open to gearbox, wasn't they? 120 flat out, but do you know what it did? 75 in second gear. All gear, because it's 4-speed. 75 in second gear, touching 80 nearly, and it won't blow up. Won't blow up. Beast. In the end, I put it through somebody's house in Bentley. So true story that straight through.
You've been watching that Clint Eastwood film, Sudden Impact, was it? No, when the guy in the cafe says he comes back out, the boy kicks him up the arse on the way out. That's a bad move. And, he goes over and says to the lieutenant, "What do they want?" He says, "Car." He says, "What are you going to do?" Give him one. And then he drives it straight in the front of the cafe.
And then that was me.
Blows them all out with a big hand cannon.
That was me. Look, I thought I was rock hard when I had a Cavalier Commando. When I had an XR3, mate, I thought I was even harder. You know, when I was a young gun, I thought I was solid. I used to go challenge these really fast cars and get blown away and then stalk them to their houses and go do the tyres. I was so loser. Bad seed, bad kid. Just a bad kid. But I'm going to say, you're just a bad seed, you're a bad kid. And you're just born naughty. I was just born naughty, I think, but I was a bad loser. You know, really bad loser. But I thought I was a sunburst red XR3 when I was a young spunker. I thought I was solid. I was like, puffing my chest. I was like, dog's nuts. And now, when I look at him, and I had a going one a couple of years ago, actually. I did have an XR3i some years later, but that was a free, just twin choke Weber. You know, the 96 brake.
4-speed, aye.
4-speed, 96 brake, but I put a 5-speed knob on it, to impress this bird I was banging. It was a 4-speeder. X-Reg it was, sunburst red. I thought I was rock hard in it, man. And this kid blew me away in a 205 GTI. Just blew me away, mate. He couldn't drive, though. And I was getting him through bends and that, and he should have really hammered me in it. But every time we go into the straights, it just needed that bit more. And I fucking stalked him. I wanted to kill him. And every time I seen him in town centre some years after, he always used to come up to me and remind me of it. And I used to tell him to get gone. So you're on dodgy IQ, mate. Bad seed, I was then. Bad guy. Bad man. I was really, like Ali in that program. I'm a bad dude. Ali always test himself. Arm wrestling, pool, running. He used to run in boots, didn't he, in that Ali? But I was a bad attitude. Bad, terrible attitude as a kid. From
bad to the bone.
Well, yeah. Ever since I realised I wasn't going to play cricket for a job, I just went downhill, I think. It was just borstal. I was ready for ball. Well, it was detention centre. Bad kid. Bad seed. Took me years to shake that off. And there's me there trying to tell my kids to behave. What chance have they got with me? Here's Dad. Oh, you to tell us, Dad, what porridge you've done. It's an experience, isn't it? But
it's all part of the learning game, isn't it?
I've got Liverpool to win league this year, but my heart says that. But I think my head says Man City because they've got that many players. They've got 48 internationals or something. You can't compete with that, can you? 48 internationals, all on between 50 grand and 500 grand a week.
Crazy, yeah.
Well, Haaland is at top of his game, isn't he? Haaland, the best striker I've ever seen him for you, Premier League. He's just a big unit, isn't he? He's like a more prolific Ibrahimovic and Shearer type guy, isn't he? So Anyway, do you want to go on to Porky's? We'll jot over to Porky's Corner now, and we'll
do that.
3-parter. All right.
Good man. See you in a minute.
Thanks for liking and subscribing, leaving a comment on Porky's International. And his charity is called
Macmillan Cancer Support. I'll put a link in
Macmillan Cancer Support. So don't be thinking that Andy's pocketing the money, because it's all legit. We're not corrupt, honey. I don't have corrupt people around me. You know what I mean? Not for charity and stuff like that.
I'll put a link in the comment section.
Yeah, but put a like in it, and I'll get Cameron to pin it up when he eventually turns in for work. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. He's a Deffick family, hasn't he? When Cameron's back on the job, we'll pin it up. And okie dokie. And Gary's Boxers in Need channel is www.boxersinneed.com. If anybody's unsure about that, just tweet Peter Fury or Huey Fury, and they've got their links pinned on their Twitters. Okie dokie. We'll see you on Porky's Corner in a minute. Pop, pop, bang! Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.